had the privilege of being one of the people who got to share on one of the Sundays. And what I shared with you was about the hope that we have with God. And I shared that from the very visual person that I am, and the very visual way in which God speaks to me. And the prayer colourings I mentioned that I've done over the years. And having a hold of something about those prayer colourings during the time that I was particularly ill and through my treatment, the image that I had very early on in the time, since I knew I was really ill, was about being held in God's hands. And from then on, prayer colourings that I've done have been literally drawn as into being held in God's hands. And I wondered about mentioning this in the sharing time, but I'm like, no, I'm going to stay where I put. But it just seems incredibly pertinent with the way in which Sam's leading the worship this morning. I've printed off those empty hands, and in the children's corner, there will hopefully always be a sheet which says, in God's hands, colour or write the things that you want to bring to God. And so hopefully those will always be there, so the children have a way of engaging in prayer while they're here. But it just seemed so relevant to what you're leading, and that it was this Sunday that was the first time that those were here.
Thank you, Annette.
So, they're not just for the children?
No, they are for anyone. And this corner's for anyone. You will notice there's instruments. So if you want to make a joyful noise at times in worship, there's various instruments. If you're musical like me, there's the triangle. But this whole corner is a space for you to connect. The children take over it, but there is alternative ways of connecting with God in worship that's not just singing or praying. You can be creative, so feel free to be off your seats where you want to be. We're going to continue in our sung worship this morning. However, if you've connected with God on a different level that you haven't done in a while, and you want to stay in that moment and you want to stay in that place, please don't feel like you need to stand up and sing what's on screen. You just meet with God this morning. If that's you sat down, if that's you kneeling, if that's you sat with your eyes closed, whatever you need to do to meet with God this morning, just do that. And in the midst of that, some of us will carry on singing. And if you want to join in with that, that's great. But if not, feel free just to be and meet with God who wants to meet with us this morning. So we will